action, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a tremendous hour. In this hour, we'll be giving you the third trivia clue, so be watching your screen very, very closely. We'll also have some information on how you nonprofit groups and organizations can have a fundraiser sponsored with the Universal Wrestling Federation. Get your pencil and paper handy for that announcement later in the hour. Plus, the big tournament in Houston, Texas is for the retirement of the North American Heavyweight Championship. The UWF Heavyweight Championship will be crowned in a one-night tournament in the Sam Houston Coliseum Friday night, May the 30th. We'll have more information on that. Also, Superdome tickets go on sale on Monday, May the 19th. The next Superdome in New Orleans is, of course, on June the 14th. Bill, we saw some great action. Hacksaw Duggan, no doubt about it, is a marked man in the Universal Wrestling Federation. And we'll talk more about that as the hour progresses.
Well, Jim, wait a minute. I think that's very important because Duggan wants to be the man to retire the North American title undefeated. And there's a lot of people trying to lift it from him because they've heard about the tournament. Many people have been signed into that great tournament in Houston on May the 30th. And Duggan is definitely Mark's man, and the efforts are intensified. I'd like to diverse 1 second here because last week I came here to the Tulsa Convention Center and I saw Dale Apollo Cook win the super middleweight world's title, WKA title in kickboxing, in a great match that he totally dominated for 12 rounds. And he beat Tony Dynamite Smith, the champion. It was a great victory, and I think everybody in this area should support him. I was really impressed by the way he handled himself and the condition he was in. It was an exciting bout. And I know we got some exciting matches. Let's go to the ring announcer right now for our first one.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Tennessee at 230 pounds, Tracy Smothers. From Uganda, weighing 401 pounds, Kamala with General Skandor Akbar. One fall or 10-minute time limit.
Jim, he's awesome. 408 pounds. He's huge. Tracy Smothers is a big man. He's 6'4" and 230 pounds. And he'll actually be dwarfed. It's hard to find guys that pound for pound and size-wise can match Kamala.
He's a massive athlete, and of course, General Skandor Akbar has referred to him of late as the 8th wonder of the world, and he may not be too far off there with that description.
And Akbar wants him to not only to strip Duggan of the North American title, but to end Duggan's career. It's a vendetta. Akbar says he's back. Kamala is, if anything, is bigger and seems to be more vicious. Starts just like he always does. He attacks. He only knows one way to go. Two-handed chop to the kidneys. Circle kick.
Which is amazing for a man 400 pounds, Bill. He's so agile for a man his size.
And he just leveled Tracy Smothers right then. And then quickly gets on him. He gets on him just like his heritage. When it's a wounded animal, he attacks. Showing that Akbar has skilled somewhat in the martial arts so that he's attacking under that armpit in a nerve area. And you hear Akbar, who has been so vehement in his denunciation of Jim Duggan. Ted DiBiase is back and will be on later. First appearance since his suspension of Japan. Double judo chop to the throat, and 408 pounds obliterates Tracy Smothers.
408-pound Kamala with a tremendous victory, ladies and gentlemen.
Like he's covering a piece of raw meat there. It's his prey. He's captured it, and only Akbar can pull him off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more exciting Universal Wrestling Federation action after this timeout.
Woo! Ain't it great to be alive and be in the UWF? It is my distinct honor and pleasure to bring to you the biggest and the greatest Russian athlete in history of professional wrestling. From the Soviet Union, 360 pounds, Hot Stuff International brings to you Gortsita Gorchenko. His opponent from Texarkana, Arkansas,
see a lot of American flags in the audience.
I hope so. You know, that Russian flag just makes me see. You know, a lot of politicians think Russia wants peace, and yet they're financing Libya and their terrorism with Afghanistan. You know, it's just horrible. They're lacking concern about the people destroyed and contaminated by the nuclear energy accident. Shows what they think of people. And this man, the biggest Russian now wrestling in America, some 350 pounds, insulting people with that flag. And what he and Ivan and Nikita Koloff did to Dr. Death in the Superdome, I kind of take it as personal, Jim, because Doc is a protege of mine. It's like he's done it to one of my own kids. So I have a hard time remaining neutral and unbiased, and I know some of the fans have even noticed that in the letters they've written me, but I'm sorry. I know what Russia is, and I can't stop them from coming here and wrestling, because this country is a country of free enterprise. But it just devastates me to let them get away with insulting us and insulting our flag right here in our own country. Body slam. This man's got legs like tree trunks. He's powerful, powerful individual. They're highly skilled. Their technique is perfect. They're very plotting, methodical type people. They always want the odds in their favor. They don't ever want it even. And they're that little turncoat. You know, I've called him a lot of names, but there he's carrying a Russian flag. I can remember when that would have just been a traitor.
Kurchenko with a clothesline.
He is so big. You know, that clothesline is devastating. That's like a big, huge defensive tackle catching a wide receiver or something with it, and it just devastates you. And now he's got him up in that reverse backbreaker, and look at this move.
He just snaps it in there. They won't get up from this one.
1, 2, 3. He's just planted Perry Jackson. And now see, this is what gets me. The guy's beaten. He's gone. He's hurt. He's already beat him. Why humiliate him? Why disgust everybody by draping that Russian flag over him? There's Doc. That's right, Doc, take it to him. That's why I like Doc. Doc's a man of emotion. He hates Russia. He always has, even when he was in college, he hated it. And the doctor is feeding him that Russian flag, and that's my sentiments also. They ought to make him eat it. There's the Blade Runners. But they're looking for behind Doc. Again, 3-on-1, 4-on-1. This is getting out of control, Jim. I tell you, I don't know if I can sit here. Somebody's got to help us. There's Teddy DiBiase. Thank God for DiBiase. He's back and he's helping his partner. Doc and Teddy. Walk a call for America. I'm telling you, Eddie Gilbert, this stuff with the flag, this insult, has got to stop. It can't be a part of the Universal Wrestling Federation. I'm not going to let it happen. This crowd's voting approval. They just, listen, USA, USA. I love it. OU #1, kill the commie. That's how I feel, Jim Ross. And this stuff with Eddie Gilbert insulting these people, I'm sorry, but it has to be stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboy is ready, and those comments of the President of the Universal Wrestling Federation. We'll be right back after this timeout on the Mid-South Sports Network. Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Ross. Thank you very much for being with us. We'll have more exciting wrestling action coming your way in just a few moments. I said last week here on this great independent television station that we would have big news on the first Universal Wrestling Federation event in the Metroplex. Well, the National Wrestling Alliance, along with the Universal Wrestling Federation, has set their very first date in the area. It's going to be at Reunion Arena, everybody, on Sunday night, July the 27th at 7:30. That's Universal Wrestling Federation's very first event in the Metroplex at the beautiful Reunion Arena, Sunday night, July 27th at 7:30. Now, coming up in just a few weeks, we'll be having the card completed. We'll have all the lineup. We'll hopefully have some of that done next week here for you on this great television station. We'll also have ticket information for you coming up on the Reunion Arena event, Sunday night, July 27th. Ticket information will be announced soon. You'll hear from the Fantastics later in this segment, right after you hear this. Attention nonprofit groups and organizations. Here's a great fundraising idea. Mid-South Sports Universal Wrestling Federation will work with you in raising much-needed funds. If you haven't considered using America's premier sports entertainment event, then today is the day. See the stars of the UWF in your gymnasium or athletic field. For more information, contact Scott Munns by calling 1-800-366-8000 or by writing to 116 West Breckenridge, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Call 918-366-8000 today.
You know, I'll tell you, Tommy, one thing about the Fantastics, we love to party, brother.
Yes,
and all those great people of the Universal Wrestling Federation, we plan on going on a big party all across the world. You know, we want to say a special hello to all the people out there watching us because we're looking forward to coming to your neighboring arenas and buildings very soon. You know, I'll tell you one thing about it. This has got to be the toughest action in the world. You know, we've had a lot of regional titles in our time, but these belts right here, by far, the most prestigious titles in the world. The Universal Wrestling Federation titles. You know, Tommy, it was a long, hard climb, and the people backed us 100% because, you know, these sheep herders, these guys came over here from New Zealand, and they waved around that stupid flag, and they're denouncing Americans. But let me tell you something. When you're talking about our country, brother, you're walking on the fighting side of the Fantastics and those people right there, sheep herders. So let me say this. Any opportunity we get, we want to meet you in this squared circle. You know, I'll tell you, we look like a couple of jigsaw puzzles with a couple pieces gone. The sheep herders, right now, brother, we're ready to fight fire with fire. And no matter where we're at or no matter where we go, as long as we're with the Universal Wrestling Federation, we know one thing. We've got to put out 110% apiece, and that's what we're going to do. We need all those fan support out there. We're just excited about a lot of things, and right here in the Universal Wrestling Federation.
That's right, Bobby. You know, we're just proud to be Americans. We're proud to go out all these arenas throughout the world, whether it be Chicago, whether it be Boston, whether it be Memphis, whether it be right there in Dallas, and see that red, white, and blue flag just a flying high, Old Glory up there. Boy, I tell you, it just brings goosebumps down my arm. But everybody would just look forward to seeing you out there, shaking hands and kissing all them pretty girls.
I want that hot stuff Eddie Gilbert out here. Bring that little punk out here. Bring hot stuff Eddie Gilbert out here. This has gone too far. I want to tell you, as president of Mid-South, that stuff with the flag is over. I'm not having him insult anybody else by putting that flag on it. That Russian flag has no place in the Universal Wrestling Federation. I want you to get rid of that Russian flag. As long as I'm president of this company, I can tell you that that Russian flag is through. You can't do that to me. Go ahead and run your mouth so you make a bigger fool of yourself. You can't do that to hot stuff, Mr. What? I can't do it to you. I can't do it to you. Are you telling me? I can do whatever I want. This is a free country. It's a free country, but if you bring that flag back, you could be wrestling somewhere else. This is still my company. And I'm the president of it, and I'm tired of you humiliating people after they've been beaten with that Russian flag. Oh, so in other words now, I can't do anything? I can't leave the flag? I can't bring the flag? Now, I don't know how much English he understands, but you better tell him to keep his hands off of me. I'm out here in my official capacity. You just tell him to step aside. This argument's between you and I. I don't want the Russian flag being put on anybody. Now, just a minute. Just a minute. I want to be real clear. I hope you're not trying to intimidate me with all this muscle power, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm president of this company, and I guarantee you'll all be wrestling someplace else. Just keep them back. Keep them back. Just keep them back there. right. The flag is not going to be put on anybody else.
Just a few moments. I don't know what I can say to describe what has just happened here. This place erupted with patriotism. As you see behind me, Freebird Michael Hayes, who apparently is going to occupy the chair that the president of the Universal Wrestling Federation, Cowboy Bill Watts, has vacated. Understandably so. Cowboy Bill Watts, we'll talk about that situation more. Michael Hayes will be providing the color in this match. Michael, your comments about what we've just seen.
Well, obviously, the Cowboy's not going to be able to come back here because he's probably out of wind. He knocked those guys around, so I know you need help, and I know the ladies would love to look at me. So let's go to the ring, and let's go to the action. You know, this headset kind of messes up my hair.
Let's go to the ring about it. Mike Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Havana, Cuba, at 240 pounds, Gustavo Mendoza. His opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, at 252 pounds, Ted DiBiase. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
Ted DiBiase making his debut back on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Almost said Mid-South Wrestling, the Universal Wrestling Federation.
Of course, it's Universal Wrestling Federation. Why do you think they got the money to buy the Fabulous Freebirds, the biggest contract in history?
Heard of $1 million contract.
That's right, brother, $1 million.
Well, congratulations, Michael, on signing that lucrative contract.
Well,
I must say,
thank you.
Professionally, it's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, well, all the thanks should go to our mother. You know, she raised 3 great sons, and what more can you say? Now, right there's a good arm drag and twist by DiBiase. Always been known as a good wrestler, good fireman's carry. But see, right now, the difference between him and us is, like I said before, premium gasoline and regular. You see, he's working on the arm that might be smart. By now, I'd have broke the guy's arm. He'd have gave up. I'd have been going back, taking my shower, looking good like I always do.
Ted DiBiase with the arm bar. DiBiase, after a very successful tour of Japan.
Successful tour of Japan. He might have been successful, but he heard we were coming in here, and I think he was trying to avoid us. He hasn't forgotten, or if he has, he's a nitwit what we did to him in 1981.
I remember that very, very well in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I bet he did. Good shoulder tackle there by DiBiase. Mendoza went good reversal there on the hip toss. See, I'll give credit where credit's due. A good arm drag, but I believe I've seen his right hand in the hair there, Jim Ross.
Well,
you'll never see that from me unless I want to. You see, he hit it from the referee. If I want to pull somebody's hair, I'll do it right in front of everybody because ain't nobody going to do nothing about it anyway. Another good fireman's carry, but then again, back to the same thing. I'd have done had this match over with. Bam Bam would have already probably been in the car or in the limo on his way home if he'd been in the ring by now, or Buddy.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Hey, it'll be seen come 30th in the tournament, baby. We got 3-to-1 odds. Nobody else has got those kind of odds, and I guarantee you one of us is coming out with that Universal Wrestling Federation Championship.
Of course, Michael Hayes is referring to the big tournament in Houston, Texas, Sam Houston Coliseum, Friday night, May the 30th. $100,000 also on the line in the first UWF Championship.
That's right, $100,000. Nobody going to wink at that. Ooh. Good boot to the face, but see, that was the point of the toe. Was not the flat point. It's illegal. There he goes, see? He don't care about his bad reputation. I'll teach him a bad reputation. Right back to the R. Smart wrestler. Back to the final with Terry, but then again, Jim Ross, he's not a free bird. He doesn't have it finished yet.
Ted DiBiase, though, you know, he is a phenomenal athlete. One of the top 10 athletes. Any magazine you read, Ted DiBiase's name always appears in the top 10, just about.
Right below ours, right below ours. Yeah, it's always up there. Good move there by Mendoza. Now, see, that's why DiBiase should have beat him when he had him. Now Mendoza's up. They're good block. You know, some people might wonder why Buddy and Terry ain't here. I'm giving all the wrestlers here fair warning. There you go. Why don't you pull his hair some more, DiBiase? I'm giving all the wrestlers fair warning. I'm not going to bring all three of them. Whoa, what a clothesline.
That was perfectly executed by Ted DiBiase.
You got that right. That was a clothesline. But if he put that on me, it would knock me down. See there, he should have went for the pin. He didn't go for it. The reversal. Power slam. That's a patented move. That should be it. He wouldn't finish me like that, Jim Ross.
Well, we may be able to see that firsthand, ladies and gentlemen.
He can't do that to me. I'll bet you that. He can't do it to Bam Bam. He can't do it to Buddy Jack. But like I said, the reason I didn't bring on three, I'm giving all wrestlers notice. Pay up your leases. Put your houses up for sale. The Bad Street Boys are here, and we're here to take over.
Those comments,
no doubt about it.
All right, those comments from Michael Hayes. And ladies and gentlemen, when we return, we'll take you to wrestling's most unusual tea party right after this. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. We have a lot more wrestling action coming your way. And in this segment, you're going to hear from Terry Taylor, Ted DiBiase, and Steve Dr. Death Williams. We'll also have that reminder once again on how you nonprofit groups and organizations can sponsor Universal Wrestling Federation for your club or organization. Remember, the first UWF event, along with the National Wrestling Alliance, will be at Reunion Arena Sunday night, July the 27th at 7:30. We hope to have ticket information and that lineup for you right here next week. And now, listen to this. Attention nonprofit groups and organizations. Here's a great fundraising idea. Mid-South Sports Universal Wrestling Federation will work with you in raising much-needed funds. If you haven't considered using America's premier sports entertainment event, then today is the day. See the stars of the UWF in your gymnasium or athletic field. For more information, contact Scott Munns by calling 918-366-8000 or by writing to 116 West Breckenridge, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Call 918-366-8000 today.
Hello, Dallas-Fort Worth. Let me introduce myself. My name is Terry Taylor, and I'm with the Universal Wrestling Federation, and I'm glad of it. And I found out pretty soon we're going to be coming to Dallas-Fort Worth, and I'm looking forward to coming to the Reunion Arena. Oh, so much history and so much build-up about it, and I'm excited about coming. All those good-looking Texas ladies, hey, the best in professional wrestling is coming to Dallas. And I just want everybody to know that I'm a part of it, and I don't have an opponent yet. But I'm looking forward. I'm staying in the best shape of my life because we are going nationwide. And I think everybody out there, if you watch professional wrestling and you watch the UWF and anybody else, I think if you match them up side by side, you'll say that we are the best. And it's not just because of me being here, but it's because of everything. The Fantastics, Jim Duggan, Ted DiBiase, Dr. Death, the greatest wrestlers in the world today are right here in the UWF, and we're coming to your home. So I'm looking forward to coming to Dallas, a Reunion Arena. I've heard everything about it, and I'm just looking forward to coming to it. And after the matches are over, I don't know who I'm with yet, but I'm going to do the best I can to win because I hear all those ladies out there like to party all night long, and I'm looking forward to that too.
Oh, boy, excitement, excitement. You people know I'm no stranger to Dallas, Texas. Well, I'm on the other side now, and I'm happy to be here. And I'm right here with my best friend and best partner, Ted DiBiase.
She swings like a blonde with a millionaire. That's Dallas. I tell you what, it's always great to go to Dallas. I love Dallas. I love Texas. You know, I went to school right up the road there, up there in the Panhandle, where everything's flat, up there near Amarillo, West Texas State University. So you might say, even though I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, I'm a transplanted Texan. And you know what else they got in Texas, Doc? A lot of pretty girls. So we got a lot of reasons for coming to Dallas. We want to meet all you girls out there, and we want the finest in wrestling competition. And you find that right here in the UWF. And we are definitely coming your way. There's a lot of action. There's a lot going on in the UWF. There's a lot of excitement in the air. And we just want to be part of it. We want to be right in the middle of it. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And you Dallas fans are going to find out that you're looking at two of the very toughest. Woo!
Thanks for staying with us, everybody. Last week on the Universal Wrestling Federation, we mentioned that we had been receiving a tremendous amount of mail, a lot of phone calls regarding the whereabouts of Dark Journey. We also mentioned as the hour progressed that we would have Dark Journey here with us, that she had consented to be on camera, and that we would be interviewing her. We're going to be doing that in just a few moments. I also had an interview set up with Lady Maxine because there's some very specific questions that need to be addressed in her situation. So in the next few moments, I'll be interviewing the bad girls of the Universal Wrestling Federation. First of all, let's start off with Dark Journey. Obviously, you have been gone. Where have you been in the last few weeks?
Well, where have I been? I've been enjoying myself. I've been having a really good time. I did a little partying, little ventures, business ventures, basically spoiling myself and living my lifestyle.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Where and why, more specifically, did you leave the Universal Wrestling Federation in the first place? Looks like things were really going your way for a point in time.
Well, it's kind of obvious. You were there when I said it. If anyone doesn't hold the titles, I'm not going to be behind them. I'm out for winners. I'm out for championships, belts, titles. I'm out for the top, and that's where I want to stay. And as long as whoever I'm with stays there, I'm right behind them.
Pretty cold facts of life, but that's her prerogative. And now let's ask a couple of questions to Lady Maxine. Without a doubt, the two biggest victories in Jack Victory's career have been against Steve Dr. Death Williams and Terry Taylor, two superb athletes, two world-class competitors. But I think that your physical involvement at ringside perhaps was a deciding factor in this athlete securing a victory. What is your opinion over your involvement?
Wait a minute. In the record book, it went down as a win. 1, 2, 3, and that's all that counts.
All right, it sounds like you're pretty adamant as far as your stance as far as that's concerned. I still feel like you were interfering in the match, but be that as it may, I didn't come here to argue. I want one more question. What are your future plans for Jack Victory?
Well, I think he's made of championship material. I think that's the only thing that girl and I have in common is that we both want to back champions.
In common? I don't have anything in common with you. As a matter of fact, if I had this buxom young man here with the physical ability that I think he has, and behind my leadership, he'd have a title in his hand today at this very meeting.
Well, let me tell you this. He wouldn't have anything to do with a woman like you.
You're probably right. He wouldn't be able to handle a woman like me. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even so sure you're a woman.
Hey, come on! What's going on here?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, electricity was in that room on that day.
There's electricity, but why are you wasting time on broads, man? They should be in the kitchen, they should be barefoot, and they should be pregnant. That's just the way I treat my own lady, and that's why she's got a good-looking man like me.
Michael Hayes' comments, ladies and gentlemen. This situation with Dark Journey and Lady Maxine, will address it more in the hour. We'll be back with more exciting action after this timeout.
From St. Joe, Missouri, at 242 pounds, David Peterson.
Jack Victory is on his way to the ring. He and Lady Maxine just made an interview in the locker room prior to coming back from the commercial break. Let's hear it now.
You're not going to get away with that, you sleaze bag. You're not going to get away with throwing a drink in my face.
I'll tell you something, Dark Journey. You get yourself a man, a mighty big man. Next week on television, I'll take care of him. Let's go. We got to go wrestle.
And introducing from Atlantic City, New Jersey, at 240 pounds, Jack Victory. Also, Lady Maxine. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back in Universal Wrestling Federation. Jim Ross, my guest, is Freebird Michael Hayes.
That's Michael P.S. Hayes, and the P.S. stands for purely sexy. You know something? I think Lady Maxine there probably won homecoming queen at Transylvania High School or something, man.
By acclamation, perhaps.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget now, get your pencil and paper ready, as they say. We'll have that fundraiser information for you coming up in just a few moments. A great way to raise funds for your nonprofit group or organization. As we see Dave Peterson back Jack Victory into the ropes. Carl Fergie, the third man in the ring for this particular event. Coming up in a few moments, the Fantastics will go against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer and Rick Steiner in tag team competition. That should be an exciting tag team matchup. We'll have it for you right
That should be a very interesting match, one that I want to scout, because definitely there are a lot, and I mean a lot of good talent here, and tag teams especially. We are the premier tag team, but there's only one way to stay on top of the mountain, and that's to see what's underneath.
Thought it was rather interesting, Michael. Dark Journey has been challenged by Jack Victory and Lady Maxine there to bring them any wrestler to the ring next week to wrestle Victory one-on-one to settle the situation.
Well, you know, like I said before, you know, I just got a couple of uses for broads, man, and, you know, I don't mind seeing broads fight, because when I go to the bars all the time, that's some of the best fights I've ever seen when two broads get into it. But they ain't none of my business. See, my business is wrestling tag team specialty. And on the sideline, of course, I'm a great rock and roller. But I'm here for wrestling. I'm here to scout. That was a great arm drag, hook over, and cover. He didn't have enough. He should have hooked the leg. He might have got the pin count there.
Speaking of rock and roll, I understand you have a new album, perhaps ready to release.
Yeah, we got something there. It's going to be good. It's going to be real hot. But the thing is, it's going to come out when we're ready. It's hard to do two things at one time if you're going to put 110% out. I'm a wrestler first, a rocker later, and I'll give people exactly what they expect, real rock and roll, like when they get real Bad Street when they see us.
Peterson now with a hammerlock on Jack Victory. Maxine is up on the apron. He has no business there. And
wait a minute, he just threw him over the top rope. You know what I think? I think Peterson jumped over. I really do. I think Peterson...
Michael, really?
No, I think Peterson seen the match wasn't going his way, so he doesn't want to get beat here on the UWF national TV. I think he's trying to find an out to get an easy disqualification win. There you go. You cut that wind off, baby. Ain't nothing left. Good stomps there. Nice and legal. Jack Victory looks like he's rocking and rolling now, Daddy.
Well, they weren't really legal. He was out of the ring. You got to be in the ring to be legal.
Well, you know, I mean, it's kind of legal. He did it before the count was broken. Kind of like a rubber band. You know, you have to know what you can stretch and what you can't.
Peterson coming back in the ring now. Victory trying to take over. The momentum has definitely changed in this match.
Good elbow right to the sternum area. That'll take the breath out of you. Run that head in the canvas.
You know, with our television program now going into some 60-plus cities throughout this great land of ours, and the rankings being so important, one-loss record, this is a very key matchup for these two individuals.
Of course it is. They're both up-and-coming wrestlers, and when you're on television, man, you're showing your stuff. Now, see, that's how quick it can switch. Both of them are making a mistake, as DiBiase made a mistake of not going for the pin quick enough. Get your money and go home and party. That's my theory. That's my brother's theory. That's why we are the Bad Street Kings. That's why we're the world six-man champions.
And the Freebird Fantasia will be in Memphis, Tennessee on Friday night, June the 6th, at Mid-South Coliseum.
Lord have mercy, Memphis. They are rocking and rolling. They're calling Grand Theft, which is the home of Bad Street Incorporated, and they are just waiting for the Freebirds. In fact, the whole UWF organization. Memphis is a hot wrestling town. I know it. I wrestled there, me and Terry, when we were teenagers, and it's ready to rock and roll, and we are too. Duck the clothesline, but see, that wind is out of it. And there you go. Work right on it. Well, legal kick to the gut.
Things like that will happen when someone's stomping your chest and your stomach, obviously, right?
Right. And there he goes. Let's see, once again, Jack Victory needs to go for the pinfall. The guy is out of wind. See? Good move by Peterson. Very good move. Oh, he grabbed the hair. He grabbed the hair, ran his head. Once again, now see, Fergie's not doing nothing about this. Very quiet. Good back shot. Whoa.
High elevation. Peterson with a drop kick.
Didn't quite connect it all the way. Sent him stumbling back. Here's a good turnbuckle. Larry, what you doing?
He held on to him.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's supposed to be safe in the bedroom, man, not the wrestler.
Well, Peterson, obviously, he held on to Victory to save Victory from coming out of the corner, and Peterson missed the drop kick, and now Victory trying to take over.
Going for a suplex here. Oh, whoa.
Face first.
Face first, that's it. You know, she looks big enough where she might be able to beat up David Peterson.
Well, I don't know about that.
He got the 3 count.
In any event.
He got the 3 count, and that's what matters. He's made more money than Peterson made, bottom line.
It's going to be interesting to see who Dark Journey brings to the ring next week to go against that pair. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have that fundraiser information for you after this final timeout from the Universal Wrestling Federation. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this exciting hour. We've got more wrestling action coming your way. Please join us again right here next week, very same time on this great television station for more exciting pro wrestling action. And this tag team action coming up, Rick Steiner and Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer against the Fantastics. But first, here's that very important announcement that I made that I'd like for you to hear at this point in time about a great fundraising idea for your nonprofit group or organization. Attention nonprofit groups and organizations. Here's a great fundraising idea. Mid-South Sports Universal Wrestling Federation will work with you in raising much-needed funds. If you haven't considered using America's premier sports entertainment event, then today is the day. See the stars of the UWF in your gymnasium or athletic field. For more information, contact Scott Munns by calling 918-366-8000 or by writing to 116 West Breckenridge, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Call 918-366-8000 today. Be sure and call that number, ladies and gentlemen, 918-366-8000 for more information. You might even see the Freebirds in your hometown.
Yeah, if they're lucky.
Well, there you have it from Michael Hayes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go now to ring announcer Mike Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the current UWF television champion from St. Petersburg, Florida, at 249 pounds, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. Also introducing from Detroit, Michigan, at 260 pounds, Rick Steiner.
Catch me kissing them.
Ladies and gentlemen, those comments. Freebird Michael Hayes joining me here at ringside after Cowboy Michael P.S. Hayes. Why not? But Cowboy Bill Watts involved in the darndest breakdown I've ever seen. He went to the ring as an executive, but it got man-to-man in a hurry. The bottom line of it is when the thing settled down, the three Americans, Cowboy Bill Watts, Dr. S.D. Williams, and Ted DiBiase were standing. The Russians, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and the two big men, the Blade Runners, were gone.
Well, that may be true. Look, I know from experience, Watts can handle himself. But if it was my three, if it was me and my brothers, we'd have been left standing, and you can bank on that, Daddy.
From the City of Angels, with the combined weight of 420 pounds, the current UWF Tag Team Champions, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton are fantastic. This man's one fall or television time remaining.
Well, we're going to settle down here now, ladies and gentlemen. Here's TV Top blaring in the background. This match, one fall or television time remaining. Don't forget now, next week, their final trivia clue. And after the last clue, send your entries, your guesses in on postcards only. That's the last clue will be given right here next week.
You know what I'm going to do next week? I'm going to beat up Terry Taylor right here next week for everybody. All you little girls that think he's so cute and so pretty, I'm going to show you just exactly how ugly I can rearrange his face. Because I'm going to go through a couple people. I'm going to eliminate some myself and do Bam Bam and Buddy a little favor. I'm going to eliminate him. DiBiase's on my list. Dr. Death. And Duggan, like we said before, you may have been friends in the past, but the past is just that. It's the past. Good shoulder tackle. Another good shoulder tackle. Good speed there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've said it on other occasions that the Fantastics can control the tempo. They're in every match that they sign for, and thus far they've been doing just that. They've been strictly offensive, and they've controlled the tempo.
Okay, use the ropes off the top rope. It's a good headlock takeover. But he used the top rope, and of course, as the referee knows, biasness because the people like him. It's okay. You just wait till Buzz Sawyer gets up. See, it wouldn't take long.
Buzz Sawyer and his protege, Rick Steiner, former All-American, University of Michigan. Sawyer.
That's the only thing I don't like about him. He's a Yankee. All right, good tag. Here comes Rick Steiner. Oh. See, he waited too long. There's the inexperience. Buzz had him down.
Buzz really reversed it well and tagged Rick Steiner's in.
Okay, quick tags with double teaming. I don't see the referee counting. What's he doing? Having a cup of coffee or what? If we were in there, they've been counting three. They've been up to 105. See, that's what I'm talking about, prejudice. We're not going to put up with it. We don't have to. We're millionaires now. But for a clothesline, he ducked it. Leapfrog. Good flying body press. He hooked the leg. Well, see, there's that chest power.
He's got tremendous power.
That's right. He did what he should. He hooked the leg, but he didn't have the weight, and he didn't have the momentum to hold him down. Look,
very good
the Mad
point.
Dog is getting ready.
Very good point, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross with you here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. My guest, as I mentioned, Freebird Michael Hayes, who you will see right here, as Michael mentioned, next week. It has been signed. He'll be going against Terry Taylor right here on television next week, so don't miss it.
Well, you better go tell Terry Taylor, because he's got about a week before I rearrange his face.
He's very happy with something.
Whoa, drop kick.
Sawyer went flying.
Whoa.
Full extension of the drop kick, and the Mad Dog.
I'll tell you what, that was almost as good as a drop kick I could throw. I got to give it to him. That was a drop kick there.
Buzz Sawyer may be injured there. He went all the way to the floor. Blew rubbing his face.
Caught him right there in the ear, and that can knock off your equilibrium quick, Daddy. I know. It's only happened to me a couple times.
Buzz has been a little unbalanced, Michael, in opinion of most for a long, long time, so maybe it'll help him.
Well, I'm not one to talk. They say I'm 3/4 low on my oil, and my elevator don't go to the top floor, so I'm not going to comment on his mental stability, but the man can wrestle.
Yes,
and he ain't through.
He's awesome. He is an awesome competitor.
That's a smart move. Tag, regain, get your consciousness back.
And here comes Bobby Fulton.
Oh, he wants to dance. I like to dance. I dance Bad Street right on top of his forehead.
Tremendous size. It's disadvantage for Bobby Fulton, as the eye easily can see.
Let me tell you something we learned a long time ago, way back on Bad Street. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Cute, huh?
I've seen you do a few moonwalks in the ring.
I do it like nobody else can. Nobody can do it better. Nobody rocks and rolls better. That's why I don't just put out an album just to learn, put out an album. I'm putting out real rock and roll, real musicians. Boom, good forearm, legal.
The Mad Dog.
There you go. You see, he's draping that arm around there, leaving that chest wide open. Look, reversal of the turnbuckle. Good boot.
Right in the face.
Whoa, that could be it. Whoa. Boy, I tell you, that's bad play back. That's a tag team wrestling.
Fulton's quickness saved when the tag was made. The tag was made on both sides of the ring. It was a great drop kick.
What a drop kick. We're not going for the pin. We're going for the pin. Good back. Now look, why do you hit? Sawyer's sitting there minding his own business. Now why do you have to quit?
Well, it was an emotional move.
Boy, it's ticking me off now. That was illegal.
The Fantastics have also signed, ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous contract to go against the Sheepherders in a barbed wire cage match. Listen to that. It's been signed. I've just been informed. Fantastics and Sheepherders barbed wire cage match. We'll have more on that.
I'll tell you what, brother. Barbed wire cage match alone. With barbed wire, you better plan on losing some blood. All right, there's a good move. Take him over in the corner. There you go. Keep him on your half of the field. Don't let him cross that 50-yard line. Reversal in the corner. Another backdrop.
High elevation. Sawyer fight.
Good move. Went for the drop kick. Didn't get it. Hurt his knee, and now Sawyer's taking advantage. This is the ring veteran. Throw him out. There you go. Now's the time. Start cooking with gas. I see, here's Tommy Robbins complaining because they're getting beat up.
Well, it's illegal outside the ring. The illegal man's not supposed to be contacting the illegal man, right?
I must have missed that. I didn't see that, Jim Ross. Come on, count him. See, he's not counting them. Look, 1, 2,
We've only got
Sawyer.
We've only got a minute and 30 seconds left in the match, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget now, we'll see next week who Dark Johnny brings to the ring with it. The final trivia crew next week.
And maybe
the interview with Cowboy Bill Watts is going to be here next week. I can't wait for that. Cowboy Bill Watts will make a statement right here next week.
He made a statement this week, but he didn't make it against us.
He's going to make a verbal statement next week.
Whoa!
Sawyer
Look
cut
at
it
the
off.
splash. Just missed it. If he'd have got that, that'd have been injured, Ross. If he'd have got that splash, there's a tag. Now see that? That was smart. He hit the ropes, uses momentum. Good shot.
Steiner coming in illegally. We got all four of them in the ring. Whoa, great action.
There they go. Left jab. Left jab. He can't quite knock him down.
Remember our next television taping on May 25th right here at the Convention Center. Don't miss it.
Yeah, Terry Taylor won't miss it. You better say goodbye to him, because he's fixing to run into PSA from Cash Street. Throw them together. Didn't quite knock Rick Steiner down. See, they're not going for the pin. Rick Steiner dropped it. There he is. They're not going for the pin.
Fantastics are on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Rock hits all over the ring.
They might be on fire, but they're not smart, Daddy. They're not like the Freebirds. That's why we are the premier tag team, bar any. That's why UWF bought us. But this is actually, there's a small package. There's a small package. I think he might almost.
The referee should be counting.
Boy, he could almost have him. Boy, I think he would have.